you all are fine and safe. We all are very eager to welcome the new year. So I am wishing that the new year brings new hopes and opportunities. Learn from your mistakes, accomplish your goals for your future. From this new year, you break a bad habit, learn new skills, read more books. Advance Happy New Year. In the previous class, we had studied about the structure and functions of major ecosystems of the world. Now we are going to learn environmental issues. What do you mean by environmental issues? Environmental issues are the problems and harmful effects created by humans' unmindful activity. Now we are going to understand some of the environmental issues such as overpopulation, health issues, waste disposal, all types of pollution, greenhouse gases, ozone depletion, water, energy and food scarcity, deforestation, climate change, industrialization, urbanization and its impacts. In that, first let's discuss about greenhouse effect and global warming. What do you mean by global warming? Increasing earth temperature due to greenhouse gases are called global warming, isn't it? Can you name some greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide and CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon. These are the major greenhouse gases which causes global warming. Increase in greenhouse gases lead to irreversible changes in major ecosystems and climate patterns. For example, coral ecosystem is affected by increase in temperature, especially coral bleaching observed in Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu. Relative contribution of greenhouse gases given as a pie chart. Here 60% of carbon dioxide, 20% of methane, 14% CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon, 6% of other gases such as nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide, etc. Effects of global warming. Rise in global temperature which causes sea levels to rise as polar ice caps and glaciers begin to melt, causing submergence of many coastal cities in many parts of the world. There will be a drastic change in weather patterns, bringing more floods or drought in some areas. Biological diversity may get modified, so some species ranges get redefined. Global warming effects on plants. Low agricultural productivity in tropics, frequent heat waves, increase of vectors and epidemic. So these vectors transmit infectious diseases and large number of plants suffering from same diseases at the same time. Strong storm and intense flood damage, water crisis and decreased irrigation. Change in flowering season and pollinators, change in species distributional ranges and species extinction. These are the some effects on plants due to global warming. Some strategies to deal with the global warming. Increasing the vegetation cover, grow more trees, reducing the use of fossil fuels and greenhouses, developing alternate renewable sources of energy, minimizing uses of nitrogenous fertilizers and aerosols. What do you mean by aerosols? Aerosol is a suspension of fine solid particle or liquid droplets in air or another gases. Next, let's discuss ozone depletion. What do you mean by ozone? Ozone is a colorless gas found in the upper atmosphere, that is stratosphere, which absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. The ozone layer is also called as ozone shield because it is cutting the ultraviolet radiation emitted by the sun. Just above the atmosphere, there are two layers, namely troposphere and stratosphere. Troposphere, that is the lower layer, stratosphere, that is the upper layer. The ozone layer of the troposphere is called bad ozone, and the ozone layer of stratosphere is known as good ozone, because this layer acts as a shield for absorbing the UV radiations coming from the sun, which is harmful for living organisms. The false color view of total ozone. The purple and blue colors are where there is the least ozone, and the yellow and red are there is a more ozone. The ozone shield is being damaged by chlorofluorocarbon, which is widely used in refrigeration, aerosols, and chemicals used as cleaners in many industries. The decline in the thickness of the ozone layer over restricted area is called ozone hole. The unit of measurement for total ozone is Dobson unit. Total ozone layer over the Earth's surface is 0.3 centimeters thick and is written as 300 Dobson unit. September 16 is celebrated as World Ozone Day. Effects of ozone depletion. It increases the incidence of cataract. In Tamil, it is called Kanpurai Noi. Throat and lung irritation and aggravation of asthma, skin cancer, and also it affects the immune system. It causes juvenile mortality of animals. What will be juvenile? Young one. It also increases incidence of mutation. Mutation means sudden changes occur in the organism. In plants, photosynthetic chemicals will be affected and therefore photosynthesis will be inhibited. Decreased photosynthesis will result in increased atmospheric carbon dioxide, resulting in global warming, and also shortage of food, leading to food crisis. Increase in temperature changes the climate and rainfall pattern, which may result in flood, drought, seawater rise, imbalance in ecosystem, and also it affects flora and fauna. These are the some effects of ozone depletion. Have you heard about the term plant indicators? The presence or absence of certain plants indicate the state of environment by their response. The plant species or plant community acts as a measure of environmental conditions. It is referred as biological indicators or phytoindicators or plant indicators. For example, plants such as lichen, ficus, pinus, rose, it indicates sulfur dioxide pollution. Likewise, petunia and chrysanthemum, it indicates nitrate pollution. Another one example, gladiolus is the indicator for fluoride pollution. Robinia pseudoacacia, it is commonly called black locust tree. That is the indicator for heavy metal contamination. Next topic is forestry. Forests are an important component of our environment, which are vital for human life. In that, let's discuss about different types of forestry. First one is agroforestry. Agroforestry is an integration of trees, crops and livestock on the same plot of land. The main objective is on the integration among them. Example, intercropping of 2 or more crops between different species of trees and shrubs, which results in higher yielding and reducing the operation cost. This intentional combination of agriculture and forestry has varied benefits, including increased biodiversity and reduced erosion. Some of the major species cultivated in commercial agroforestry include casuarina, eucalyptus, malayvembu, teak and kadambu trees, which are growing among the 20 species identified as commercial timber. They are the great importance to wood-based industries. Benefits of agroforestry. Agroforestry helps to conserve soil and water and also reduce landslide and water runoff problem. It improves nutrient in the soil. Trees provide microclimate for crops and maintain oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. This agroforestry is suitable for dry land where rainfall is minimum, and hence it is a good system for alternate land use pattern. Multi-purpose tree varieties like acacia are used for wood pulp, tanning, that is leather industry, paper and firewood industries. It can be used as farm forestry for the extension of forest, mixed forestry, shelter belts and linear strips plantation. These are the benefits of agroforestry. Next is rehabilitation of degraded forest and recreation forestry. The production of woody plants combined with pasture, that is land covered with grass, is referred as silvopasture system. The trees and shrubs may be used primarily to produce fodder for livestock, or they may be grown for timber, fuel wood and fruit, or to improve the soil. This system classified into two categories. One is protein bank. In this, various multi-purpose trees are planted in and around farmlands and rangelands mainly for fodder production. What do you mean by fodder? Food that is given to farm animals. Example, Acacia nilotica, Albicissa lebec, Azadirachta indica, Gliricida sepium and Sesbania grandiflora. Second one is live fence of fodder trees and hedges. What do you mean by hedges? Trees planted close together the edge of the garden or field. Various fodder trees and hedges are planted as live fence to protect the property from stray animals or other biotic influences. Example, Gliricidia sepium, Sesbania grandiflora, Erythrina species and Acacia species. Next one is social forestry. Social forestry refers to the management of forest and afforestation on barren lands with the purpose of helping the environmental, social and rural development and benefits. This forestry program is done for the benefit of people and participation of the people. Trees grown outside forests by government and public organizations reduce the pressure on forest. In Tamil Nadu, there are 32 forestry extension centers are there. It provides technical support for tree growing in rural areas in Tamil Nadu. These centers provide quality tree seedlings like thorn, thornless bamboo, casuarinas, teak, neem, melia, dubia, grafted tamarind and nelly, etc. in private lands and creating awareness among students by training or camps. Major activities of forestry extension centers: training on tree growing methods, publicity and propaganda, that is information regarding tree growing, formation of demonstration plots, that is a field that can be used to teach, experiment and share ideas about agriculture. Then raising and supply of seedlings on subsidy, awareness creation among school children and youth about the importance of forest through training and camps. These are the activities of forestry extension centers.